this video, we're going to show you how to make this adorable turkey centerpiece. It's as cute as turkeys get, I think, and I think this video will help you. Now we're going to paper piece the body and the wings of the turkey, and we're going to start with area number 1 and cut a piece larger than area 1. And don't let this dashed line fool you. We're actually, area number 1 is going to be the first feather of the wing. We're going to fold it and sew it on that line. We put them together. So we're going to, this is an orange turkey, so number 1 would be orange. If it's a green turkey, number 1 would be green. Fold the line for number 2. That'll give you a position on this side. Whack a piece of fabric big enough for area 2. Place it past that fold line so the bulk of the fabric's opposite where you're going to cover. Turn it over, sew that whole line. And then we're going to trim the extra out of the seam, and this folds back. And then press it. Then we're going to do the next feather. You can crease it like that. It will give you the location. Place your fabric right side down so the bulk is opposite the area we're going to cover. Turn it over and sew that whole line. Then trim the extra out of the seam. And then you're going to cut it, the whole thing out on the dashed line. Layer it with turkey brown that you're going to use and thin polyester bonded batting. And sew on the solid line all the way around. Then we'll show you what to do after that. Cut it out on the outside dashed line. You're going to take all this paper out. It's pretty easy to do. You want to take out all the paper out of the seams. You could take this to appointments in a little Ziploc bag and do it while you're sitting. Okay, and then we'll show you after the paper's out. Now, we're just going to cut one layer of fabric, and it is not the brown side. It has the batting next to it. But this part, this little section here will be the first feather on his wing. But this part will be next to the tail feathers. So this won't even show. We're going to turn the unit, and it can actually be bigger if you need to. We're going to turn it right side out through that hole, and that way we have all nice finished edges, and the hole won't even show. Okay, and then we're going to press it, and we'll show you the next step. Just make sure all the little edges are out. So cool. Look how easy that was. Okay, there you go. Take your wing pattern and place it on the edge. You can mark it with like a chalk or something lighter than your brown, or pin it. Just have a marking, and that's going to show us where to put the 2 sections together, and then it'll fold out. It'll look great. Now we finished all of our feathers, and we sewed them on the sides all together. I coordinated so that there were 2 across from each other that are the same colors. Then I put this right sides together on a larger piece of solid backing and batting. Then I'm going to carefully, with a small seam, like 1/4 of an inch, sew these scallops. And then I'll trim it, making sure I trim the valleys pretty good without compromising the stitches. And then I leave the center open. I'm going to cut that center out and turn it right side out through that center hole. Now, here's a really fun thing. We've cut batting that just fits on the top part. I did 2 layers of a thinner batting. If you had a thick batting, just do 1. And then slide it up to the end and kind of get it to lay flat and have the batting come out to the edges, and then just stitch it down, quilt it, and it turns out so cute. To finish off the opening, I had turned over the top part and just stitched like 1/4 of an inch in. And then on the back, I turned under the backing and just blind stitched it. It won't show, but it just looks nice all finished. Now putting 2 of the bodies together and stitching, these little wings open up, and you're just going to go around and do the whole 6. And then what you want to do is put them in order of your tail feathers, so that you can put a green turkey together and a red turkey together, and then the little wing seam aligns with the tail seam, and it just looks great. Now, to make the head, we've placed the paper pattern on top of 2 pieces of fabric, right side together, thin polyester bonded batting, and then with the stitch length a little closer together, we stitched on the solid line. Then we're going to cut on the outside dash line, take the paper out, and we're going to slit just 1 layer and turn it right side out through that layer. Press it. Then for the beak, the dimensions are in the pattern. You're going to fold a square diagonal, and then the 2 corners into the middle over again, and then we're going to whip stitch that to the back, whip stitch the opening closed, and the gobbler was made by layering again, and then hand gather the gobbler, put it behind, and whip stitch that. Button for the eyes. Okay, the head is blind stitched and the body is stitched. I don't blind stitch it right on the edge. I go in like so that the stitches aren't showing on the outside. It's so dimensional that the stitches will pull and show. So just pull it back a little bit and just blind stitch it in about 1/4 inch in, just so it doesn't show. And it doesn't take a lot of stitches, because this is not, it's not going to be worn and pulled out. It's just laying there. And this looks great because it's floating a little bit more. It looks more dimensional. You can't see your stitches. Now the turkey's done. They turn out so cute and so colorful. I've got turkeys that are the same color across from each other, or you can do purples and yellows and blues. You can make them any color, and I think this just turns out adorable. And I hope you enjoyed this video. The pattern is just $2 on our website.